The Center for Mind-Body Medicine has created a model for community healing. They've used it all over the world in different communities after a community trauma has been experienced.
I was introduced to the Institute after the car fire. In healthcare, we deal with stress every day. That's just part of our job. And going through the fire, there were several employees who had lost their homes.
I was evacuated during the fire, but it was probably one of the scariest nights of my life and most stressful.
Our placement in July, life is stressful, and then you go through something like that. I don't even know what to do.
I was doing pretty good right after the fire. Just kind of stuck my nose to the grind, and I'm like, I'm okay. Hit that 6-month mark, and I fell apart.
Typically the groups are about 10 people, and it's a confidential group, so whatever comes out in the group stays in the group. So people can come into a group, learn tangible skills to calm the physiological response to stress, and also feel the support and healing that can take place.
That was the first opportunity I really had to kind of reflect on it and how it kind of affected me emotionally.
I had some reservations. I knew we'd be talking about emotional things, and emotions are hard to talk about.
I was probably a very reserved participant. I didn't really know what I was getting signed up for, and the first day that I walked in, I actually shared with my coworkers that I kind of wanted to get up and leave right when I got in there.
One of the precepts was that no matter what we said, there was no fixing or helping. You would just say your piece and it would move on to the next person.
People share to whatever level they're comfortable with is really an open forum for just self-expression. And it's not necessarily a conversation because there's not talking back and forth.
That was so freeing, just to be able to express what was on my mind, to not have to explain my ideas or justify the way I felt. And I felt like a big weight had been lifted.
It has changed my life. I was living out of my head, and my body was just there as a physical component.
The group's job is to listen and to hold space for that experience for whoever's sharing.
Very quickly, I think we all knew that we could trust each other, and I felt very safe.
Each week during the group, there's a specific skill that we'll work on.
First, we start off with that soft belly breathing, that just calming, relaxing thing, which I find is the skill that most people use the most in their daily life.
One surprise was this shaking and dancing meditation, shaking to rhythmic music for 5 minutes or so. Any part of your body that feels tense. At the end of it, I felt both energized and peaceful. And what was really cool was that feeling stayed with me the rest of the evening.
Part of the CMBM model is building that self-healing community, empowering the community to heal itself. So using these skills really empowers the person to play a more active role in their healthcare being self-care.
Certainly in response to the car fire, there's a lot of trauma that the community has experienced, and this will be helpful for that. But in addition, there's a huge amount of trauma from addiction and from abuse and poverty.
The effects of those events play out your whole life. The impact is cumulative.
I can say that I've never experienced a model where it really seems to click with everyone.
By the time I'd say we were in the second or third meeting, I felt like these were people I'd known for years.
There's a support system. You create that safe container for people to truly feel like they can peel back those layers and be themselves.
So if anyone's interested in being trained as a facilitator, the process would involve an 8-day training, and then you would go out into the community and lead the groups. I would definitely encourage anyone to give it a try. I came to this work not knowing if I was the right person to be a facilitator. All I knew was that my community was hurting, and I knew that this model looked promising, and I wanted to bring it to my community.
I would encourage anyone just to kind of dive in and try it. The best way that you can take care of others is having a healthy self to start with.